Yeah. I keep saying to my wife, you sure you don't want to move your...
Okay, welcome everybody to our planning board meeting. I'll call the meeting to order. Do we have any declarations of conflicts today? Okay, seeing none, can I get an approval of today's agenda? Moved by Chris, seconded by Jackie. All those in favor? Okay, thank you. Can I get the adoption of the minutes from Wednesday, September 20th? Moved by Counselor Beck, seconded by Sin. Okay, all those in favor? Great, thank you. Any business arising from those minutes? Okay, seeing none, we can move right on to our reports. But before we do that, I just wanted to welcome three new planners with the City of Charlottetown. We've got Deegan, Sonia, and Michael here. So welcome to the City of Charlottetown and your first planning board meeting. So thank you. All right, so we'll move right on now to our reports. And the first report will be presented by Brandon, and it's 16 Woodbine Street, PID 386623. And I'll just turn that right over to you, Brandon.
Go full screen. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm froze here.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. So first variance for today is for 16 Woodbine Street. Here, the applicant is looking to reduce the required side yard setback from 1.83 meters to approximately 1.24 meters in order to construct an attached garage and media room. This property is located in the single detached residential zone, which is the R1L zone, and pretty much all the surrounding properties are single detached dwellings, some with attached garages and some with accessory buildings. This property also has an accessory building in its rear yard. So the proposed addition meets all zoning requirements for the R1L zone except for the minimum side yard setback. Therefore, the applicant is requesting a reduction of approximately 32% to construct its addition onto the subject dwelling. The addition in question to the single detached dwelling is approximately 118 square meters with a length of 18.29 meters, width of 6.5 meters, and a height of 4.88 meters. So for analysis, the addition of a two-car garage of this scale is not harmonious with the surrounding neighborhood. So for referencing section 3.2 of the official plan, one of the significant goals is to ensure that new developments within Charlottetown are harmonious with their surroundings. And while multiple dwellings in the surrounding neighborhood have attached garages, none of them are to the size of what is being proposed here, nor are they located this close to a property line. Additionally, following the dimensions of a parking space as defined in the zoning and development bylaw, a two-car garage is achievable as an attachment to the single detached dwelling without encroaching into the side yard setback. The bylaw requires 2.6 meters by 5.5 meters for a parking space, and the proposed garage is 6.5 meters wide. Therefore, if we were to have two parking spaces in this garage, it would only be just over 5 meters. So it leaves you about a meter to give. Through the notification process for this variance, our office received 4 responses to the proposed variance. 3 of these responses objected to the variance, while one of them was in support. The ones that objected cited issues of water drainage, decreasing property values, and privacy concerns, as there's no buffer between this property and the neighboring property at, I think, 12 Woodbine. So our recommendation: with this key information from the official plan, zoning and development bylaw, and along with the property owner's concerns, the Planning and Heritage Department does not encourage Planning Board to recommend to Council to approve the major variance request at 16 Woodbine Street. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Open it up to questions. Any questions from the planning board? And is the applicant here as well? Okay, okay. All right, so, so staff is not recommending, is recommending to not support this application. So that's what we have on the floor. Does somebody want to move a resolution to move this on to council based on staff's recommendation? Okay, so we have, Sin has recommended to accept staff's recommendation, which is to not support this variance application. Do I have somebody to second that? Seconded by Bobby. All those in favor of not accepting this variance and moving it on to council and accepting staff's recommendation? Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, all those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, unanimously supported to not, to support staff's recommendation to not accept this variance application. Okay, thank you very much. All right, we will move on to our next application, which is another variance application. And let me see who is presenting this one. This is you again, Brandon. It's 169 Southdale Avenue, PID number 419788. Over to you.
Thank you again. So here we are at 169 Southdale Avenue. This was a minor variance for a side yard setback that had to be taken to planning board due to objections during the notification process. So here, the applicant is also looking to reduce the required side yard setback from 1.83 to 1.56 meters in order to construct an attached garage. The subject property is also in the R1L zone and currently has a single detached dwelling and an accessory building within the rear yard. So the addition, along with the single detached dwelling, meets all the height and setback requirements for the R1L zone, except for the side yard, which is located in the south of the property. Therefore, the variance request is for a side yard reduction of just under 15%. So regarding size for this addition, the proposed addition is approximately 39 square meters with a length of 6.1 meters, width of 6.4 meters, and a height of 3.66 meters, resulting in a single-car attached garage. So the addition of the attached garage reflects the identity of the surrounding dwellings, as several other nearby properties contain attached garages of similar scale. It is very common in this neighborhood that there is quite a few single-car garages, whether attached or detached, of a similar size. Regarding the notification process, our office received one response to the notification letters where nearby property owners cited issues regarding drainage and tree removal at 169 Southdale. I would like to note that regarding the tree removal, we contacted Environment and the Sustainability Department. They took a look at the trees, and they are not protected species, so therefore they are allowed to remove them. With this in mind, the Planning and Heritage Department encourages Planning Board to recommend to Council to approve the major variance to reduce the required side yard setback from 1.83 meters to 1.56 meters for the garage addition to the existing single detached dwelling at 169 Southdale Avenue.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for myself or for the planner? Go ahead, Councillor McCabe.
And sorry, you probably spoke to this. I was trying to read the letter from the engineer regarding the water drainage and stuff. That all has to be done properly anyway before you can do any addition, right?
Yep, so any construction of this size requires a drainage plan, and we review all the drainage plans to make sure it's like either flowing towards the street or it's draining towards away from other buildings. So if this is approved, we would have to approve a building and development permit that has a drainage plan that we also are fine with. So those would be addressed.
Any other questions? Okay. So staff is recommending that we approve this and move it on to council for final approval. So do I have anyone that would like to move that resolution? Okay, moved by Councillor Beck. Do I have somebody to second it? Okay, seconded by Chris Fournier. All those in, any questions on the resolution? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Okay, any opposed? Okay, unanimously supported. Thank you for that. That will move now on to council. Okay, so our next item is a rezoning application, Lot 39 Oak Drive, PID 392936. And this is a request to rezone the subject lot from single detached residential to low-density residential. And I'll turn that over to you, Sonia.
Thank you. The application before you is a rezoning application from single detached residential, which is R1L to R2 or low density residential. The request is to proceed to public consultation to receive feedback on this application. To provide the background, this application was presented to the Planning Board on August 8 this year and received approval to proceed to the public meeting, which was scheduled for September 6th. However, it was removed from the public meeting agenda due to an incorrect PID number, which could lead to an incorrect property reference. To maintain accuracy and completeness in the city's planning process, this application has been reviewed, corrected, and updated accordingly. So lot 39 Oak Drive is a corner lot which is currently vacant. The frontage is in the northern boundary, which is 24.93 meters, and the depth is about 29 meters. In the surrounding area, we have a mixture of R2 to the north, east, and south, and R1L to the northwest and immediately to the west. Along with those zones, we have a mix of single detached dwellings with some 2-unit dwellings throughout that. The purpose of the rezoning application is to allow for the construction of a duplex dwelling, and this is the proposed site plan. There is a sanitary easement going across the property, which is registered on title. The applicant has been able to propose the 2-unit duplex outside the easement, which is marked in yellow, which they require to do just in case there is a need to access to the sanitary sewage for any reason. According to this drawing supplied by the applicant, there will be 2 proposed access points, one to the north and another to the east on the Oak Drive. These are the concept floor plan of the duplex or 2-story 2-unit along with the elevations of 4 sides. To summarize the additional information, if this were to proceed to an R2 zone, if it is a semi-detached dwelling, there will be variance required for lot area as it does not fulfill the R2 zone requirement for semi-detached dwelling. However, the subject property meets the minimum requirement for a duplex dwelling on a corner lot. The proposal on the application states that they have applied for a duplex, and their supplied documents also appear to be documents for duplex. Just to note that after the previous planning board approval in August, letters were sent to notify property owners located within 100 meters on August 24 and was circulated in the newspaper issued on August 26 and September 2nd. The public meeting was scheduled for September 6, 7 p.m. at the Victorian Room, Road, Charlottetown Hotel. However, the Planning and Heritage Department removed this item from the scheduled public meeting due to the incorrect PID number, and a letter was sent to the property owner on September 5th in this regard. Letters received from the neighborhood property owners prior to date will be added to the next public meeting. Now we would like to proceed with the public consultation, if it were recommended to be approved again, if council endorse that recommendation with the correct PID number this time. I can take any questions, and thank you.
Thank you. I'm just curious, when the planning staff had to remove this from the agenda for the last public consultation meeting, does that mean because the PID number was incorrect, does the entire process have to start again, and did letters have to go back out again?
I think yes, because all the letters had the incorrect PID number.
So another grouping of letters have gone out already?
Already,
Okay,
yes,
I
with
got
the-
you. So
with
you
the
just
wrong-
started everything all over again?
Yes.
Great, okay.
I'll just clarify. They sent letters out to the residents that received the first letters, just informing them that there was an incorrect PID and that the process had to be restarted. So once the board approves, if they do approve for this to proceed, there would be another round of letters that will be sent, requested, notifying them of the public consultation and asking for their comments. So we'll just add the comments that we received before to the package when we receive those notification letters back from the public.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Anyone have any questions? Yes, go ahead, Sin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. If the application is exactly same as the old application and the recommendations are same except for the PID number, which was, incorrect, don't we have a procedure? Like, do we really need to go through the planning board again with the entire application being presented? Or simply a change in the PID would suffice the requirement?
No, we can't just change the PID and take it back. The problem is that under the Planning Act, you have to advertise the correct PID number. So when those letters were sent to the public and the newspaper articles were sent out and the planning report had the incorrect PID number, they're referencing an incorrect property. So the public, according to the Planning Act, doesn't really know what they're commenting on. They could be commenting on a totally different property if they were to look that PID number up. So we have to start the process back over, because if we would have continued with that process and then sent it through to Community and Cultural Affairs, like the province, they can refer it back to us after we finish the process to start the process again because it wasn't.
No, I totally
correct.
understand that aspect. What I'm saying is that when
There
when
is
the
no-
application was made at first, and the first time, you had a correct PID or
No, the incorrect PID was
Okay, so when the
included.
application was made, it was made with incorrect PID. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
so
Thank you
we-
so much.
Yeah, so we just can't change the PID.
Thank you. And so the first round of letters that you would have received are kind of null and void, then those won't go in the package because they could have been referring to another PID.
Well, we can because they actually did reference the address in their letters when they referred back, and one letter actually referenced the correct PID, believe it or not. So the property owners that commented referenced the correct PID, but our letter that went out had the incorrect PID.
Mercy.
I know.
Okay. Mercy. All right, go
It
ahead,
all,
Sin.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
just to
When
add,
an
it all started with the application where the applicant wrote the wrong PID, and it was continued till the end.
And likely, I mean, a story I'm telling myself, I don't have any accurate information on this. Chances are it was just a little typo when he was filling out the form. Oh, mercy. Okay, go ahead, Sin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I think, if we see a case like this, it is important for the city to do some due diligence before an application is brought before the planning board. Yes, applicants may make mistakes, but it is also the responsibility for the city to ensure that before any document is presented in the city hall should be vetted properly and due diligence is taken care of. Thank you.
Yes, through the chair. We do generally practice due diligence. However, this summer has been an anomaly for staff, and there's been an enormous amount of work that's been before staff. So normally, small mistakes that we would catch are easily easily overseen. So it's not a matter that our staff isn't professional, it's a matter of we had an enormous amount of work and little things do happen, we're only human. Thank you.
Madam Chair. Yes, no, I wasn't blaming the staff. I was just saying, due diligence needs to be done, and it's mistake happens, and it wasn't pointing to, the department in particular, but, ensuring sometimes, it happens with every profession, but ensuring that, you have all correct information will save, you from going through the entire process again.
Yes, I agree, but I can attest that this might have happened one other time in the past 20 years that I've worked for the department, so pretty good score.
Thank you, Laurel and Sin, and now that we've got Deegan, Sonia, and Michael to help out, then it won't probably happen again for another 30 years. Thank you. Any other questions? If not, we have a recommendation from staff to approve, for council to approve this to go on to public consultation. So does anybody want to put okay, moved by Chris Fournier, seconded by Rosemary. Any questions on the resolution to approve this to go on to council for public consultation? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so, thank you, folks, for those reports. So, do we have an introduction of any new business? No? Okay, then can I get somebody to move an adjournment? Okay, moved by Bobby Kenny, seconded by Jackie. All those in favor of an adjournment? Wonderful. Have a great evening, folks.